again, you're all welcome. Really appreciate each and everyone who was able to take the decision to also come into the trading industry. All right. So, with today's section, we'll actually be diving into the world of trading. Okay. So now, these are some basic things you will need to get to understand about it. So this video is specifically for people who want to trade actively. But before that, let me take you through this. Each and everyone has to understand the kind of trader you want to become or the kind of trader you want to adapt. All right, because remember, the both can trade on your behalf, by depending on how you want your profit. The both cannot determine how you want your profit or the reason why you were being triggered to come into the trading industry as well. So first thing for you to know before you start trading, one thing you need to know is you must understand that what kind of trader do you want to become, okay? Or what kind of trader do you want to be? Do you want daily quick profits or you prefer slow steady growth? These are some things you need to understand. Even though Royal Q can do all this, or Royal Q does the trading for you, you are what? You are still the trader because you decide how the boat should trade for you, right? So you firstly need to understand the type of traders. Okay, so one, I'll take you through each and all of them so that you get the understanding of it and you know whether you are coming into the business full time or you can even job whilst you also trade with it. So depending on how you want your profit, that will determine how you also position yourself in the trading space. Okay, so one, okay, one, the first type of trader we have is what? A scalper. Okay, a scalper trader. Okay, using the Royal Q. Remember, you are using a boat, all right? So you are actually not a manual trader. So that is the first point or the first key. Okay, because you are using a boat, you are one step ahead of the masses. Okay, so this is how this is what you have to understand. A scalper trader is a trader who would trade for seconds to minutes, targeting small profit here many times a day. Okay, so you being a scalper trader, you trade within second to minute, right? Not hours. It can be hours, but you specifically focus on what? Second to minute, by targeting small profit many times within the day. All right, in Royal Q, okay, in Royal Q, a scalper trader settings usually affirm for what? 1 to 2% per trade. All right, maximum or minimum 1% to 2% per trade. All right, so within this, there are things or factors or things you should be looking for. So within the explanation, I'll teach everything. All right, I've already explained about how you can be able to trade based on automation without you doing any analysis. All right, so this video will go for people who want to do analysis before going into the market by themselves. All right, so what does it do, or what is the good aspect and the bad aspect? So it's good if you want fast daily profit, like watching the app often. All right, so if you are not the kind of person who don't have time to watch the app often, then you can be a what? Scalper trader. It is not good if you are too busy to check results, okay, to check results and adjust Yes, quickly. Yes. So you need to understand if you are the kind of person who want to be doing or who want to be a scalper trader, this would requires your time. So with this, you have to come into the business full time. That is the truth, all right? But if you don't want to be that kind of person, let's look at the next trader, okay? The next trader, we have day trader using the royal queue. Okay, so a day trader opens and close trade within the same day. Okay, so in royal queue, a day trader typically sets the boot 2% to 3% per trade. Good if you want consistent daily profits and don't want to hold trade overnight. Alright, so within this, alright, you are the kind of person which maybe you specifically maybe analyze a particular asset you want to go in. Okay, you can either decide to use the indicators or analyze it manually by selecting the asset you want to trade. Within this, specifically, you can put it on a cycle mode because a day trader, meaning you are trading either once or a particular coin at a go. Okay, so it will be buying, selling on your behalf whilst you are not in the market. But you have to make sure before the day closes, you are off the market. That is how it is. Okay, so it will not be good if you don't give attention to the market during the day, meaning before the day end, you have to give attention to make sure your last trade that will end should not be in cycle. All right, because if let's say you are using cycle, remember cycle, anytime the boat sells, it will automatically buy again. So if you are using something like cycle, you should remember before the days end, okay, before the days end, you should take it off cycle so that it will sell and you'll be off the market. These are things you should understand depending on the type of trader you want to become. Then we have the swing trader, okay, using the royal queue. A swing trader who trade for days to week, catching big moves. In royal queue, swing trader often take targets what 5 to 10% per profit. Good if you want to trade per time, okay, with less stress, only checking the app once or twice a day. Why are you going to check the app? Maybe there is a particular momentum on an asset you want to come and set that one in addition of the other one that is also trading up. Okay, and with this kind of traders, you can also use cycle because you will often not give time or attention to your application. Right? It's not good if you want what profit every single day. Although you'll be making profit every single day, but this is what you have to understand. Depending on the volatility of the market, if you want to be making that quick profit every day, then you can become a screen trader. All right. Now, let's go to the next point. Position trader. Okay, so position trader, what using the royal queue? A position trader who trade for weeks to months for a long-term growth. In royal queue, a position trader usually target 10 to 30% per profit, all right, or more on a coin. So it's good if you prefer long wealth building and don't mind waiting. All right, so you should understand the kind of trader you want to become, then you are good to go. It is not good if you want quick daily profit or weekly cash flow. Yeah, within all these you can still make it, but you have to understand each and every market condition. The bots can also trade on your behalf 24/7 using what the previous explanation, using the indicators to trade. Okay, so now let's dive into the aspect of what. So what I'm going to teach is actually for what people who want to, that is the first option, either the scalper and the day trader. Okay, so we dive into the world of trading. Okay, so it's very simple for you to get that aspect. Now let's dive in, and what you need to know before you enter a market if you want to actually trade like a scalper, as I explained earlier on. To recap on it, okay, what does it mean? Is a trader who trade, or what? A scalper trader is a trader who would trade for seconds to minutes, targeting small profit many times a day. All right, so you understand what we are going to do here. So we are the kind of people, we only trade within seconds and minutes. All right, so whilst others are waiting, we are acting smart, and that is how you can also do on any behalf. But before you do all this, you have to understand the trend, okay, on each and every asset you want to trade. So let's quickly dive in. Okay, so first of all, may always make use of your 24-hour change. Okay, always make use of this. Okay, so if you want to trade, you can either change or also do this. Now, if market, if there is noise in the market, if there is noise in the market, maybe let's say a noise in the market as in there is a momentum what pressure in the market making bullish markets. If the whole market is bullish, okay, what you should do. If the whole market is bearish, what you should do. Okay, and if the whole market is also consolidating, what you should do, either to wait or yes. Okay, so now let's dive in. As now that I'm talking, market seems to be bullish. Yeah, so now let's dive in. So make use of your 24-hour change. I'll pick one asset from the good performing coins, or from assets that are performing well, and I also pick one asset from assets that are not performing well. If I see that asset that are performing well, you can see if you tap on change, it will bring you the most performing coins. If you also tap on change again, it also bring you the most coins that are not performing well. Right, now let's proceed. So first of all, I'll take it from the asset that are not performing. Okay, so remember, we have two markets. Okay, we have two markets we trade. The spot, as I said earlier on, for buying opportunity. The futures is for buying and selling opportunity. Okay, so in crypto trading, you don't need any buyer. You only need what? The knowledge concept on how to go into the markets and make profits as well. So now let's dive in. So it doesn't mean that any if you are going to trade, you specifically have to pick for from the beginning of, or from the first asset. If you tap on 24-hour change, no, you can pick any asset. In fact, you can even have your favorite asset you want to trade. That is what you, okay, be you. Okay, so now let's go. You can even try to be specific about the asset you want to trade. You can search through and pick any of them. Okay, so for this one is for what? A practical point of view for you to get the in-depth knowledge about it. So first of all, we are picking the first screen. Okay, so now let's see something here. Immediately you tap on the asset, you are going to see the asset is going to actually bring you an information. Okay, going to bring in an information on 15 minutes time frame. That will be the first thing you are going to see. Something like this. Either you are using an iPhone or Android phone. It will bring you what? To the 15 minutes time frame on the page. Okay, so now let's quickly look into this asset, which is meme. All right, mimi, is it mimi or meme? Okay, so any of them, so far as it's a now. Okay, so now This is what you have to understand. Market is a bit what? Bullish, or there is a little noise in the market. Okay, so first of all, what to do as a scalper trader? You are the kind of person, you don't want to wait much in the market, or you are the kind of person who trade in seconds and minutes. Your attention is on what? Taking quick profits or fast profits. So you don't need to so you need a little bit in-depth knowledge before you trade the asset. All right, so now first of all, what to do? Tap on your 1 day time frame. Check the performing of the coin. Is it that has the asset already rise and is trying to fall, or the asset is now rising? Then you know what to do so that you don't trade against the trend. All right, you also confirm or check again on your 4 hours time frame to see that the information the 1 day time frame is giving you is the same information the 4 hours time is giving time frame is giving you, or they are not all not saying the same language. Then you know what to do. So first of all, let's go to our 1 day time frame. Okay, so quick one. All right, so let me enlarge. Okay, so now let's see something. Okay, so before that, let's get back to our indicators level. Okay, so first of all, when you get here, it's very simple. In trading, it is a lot, okay, but you need just some basic things you understand. So when you get here, these are your indicators as I explained earlier on. Now, being a scalper trader, depending on the indicator you want to master to go into the market, all of them has a way to which you want if you want to spot how you can enter the market. You just have to learn them. All right, so now what you need to understand is that always make sure you have 3 indicators that are switched on in your boats. You being a scalper trader, always make sure 3 indicators are on. Okay, so good. So now, first of all, if you are the kind of a trader who like to use MA, the full meaning for MA is what? Moving average. We also have the Bollinger Band, okay, that is BOLL. We have the volume spread, the MACD, the KDJ, the RSI. So with your choice, any of them that you want, make sure they are on. Okay, so with my choice, I may choose any of them, but before that, I may choose I'll choose the one people really understand when it comes to teaching. Okay, so first of all, I'll select the MA. Okay, I'll select the MA. Take the select the MA, the volume spread, and MACD. I think these are the common ones people really understand. In my next video, I'll be doing the KDJ and RSI as well. Okay, so now let's move on. You switch it on. Now immediately you switch on MA, this is the information or the lines of MA. Okay, if I say lines of MA, let me turn everything off. Okay, and switch them again. Turn it off. Okay, turn it off. Now, if you don't own any indicator, this is how the market structure is going to be. You are only going to see the candles. Okay, the candlestick is how money is flowing into the market. All these candles you see are what? Money. And because we are on 1 day time frame, before each and every candles will closed, okay, before each and every candle will closed, is going to what? Match with the day. Okay, so before each and every candle will close here, all the candles you have seen them closing here, they closed within the day. Okay, so how will you know? You can check that this is the time this candle open and this is the time it's going to open. For you to know when this candle started opening, just tap on it. Okay, you long tap on it, look at the downside. This candle started opening at what? That is 8 of 2020. Okay, let me re-tap on it. We want to see the time the date it opened. Okay, so that was the time and the date. That was 2025 on 8 2022. 8 2022 is what? That is 8/22. That was yesterday. Okay, so sorry, today is 22. I'm coming on. Let me recheck the date. Today, okay, so today is 2020. So date, all right. Okay, so that was 8 2022. So the date, I want the time. Okay, I think we will be able to locate the time in the low. Okay, good. So we'll be able to locate the time within the small time frame. Okay, so now let's go dive into it. Now, what are you to check? I say first of all, switch on your indicators. Okay, so MA. If you tap on MA, it's going to bring you three lines if you are using an Android phone. The yellow line, I will not be using trading terms here because of newbie aspect. All right, so if you are using Android phone, you are going to see a yellow line, a pink line, and a blue line. A yellow line, a pink line, and a blue line, which is 3. If you are using an iPhone, you are going to see 4 lines. You are going to see 4 lines. These 4 lines, you are going to see two double yellow lines. All right, 2 double yellow lines. They move together, and after seeing the 2 double yellow lines, you are going to see the pink and the blue. Okay, sometimes the colors change if you are using an iPhone. Okay, so Android users have advantage here. That is why this is not a fight though. I'm just saying that is why it's good to use Android in business. All right, so let's dive in again. So now after doing that, you switch on your next indicator. So let's switch on our volume spread. So immediately you tap on volume spread, you are going to see, okay, so it's spreading the volume and the market for you. Okay, so now let's switch any of the indicator. As I said earlier on, I'll be using MACD because those people really understand that when it comes to. Okay, so now we have 3 indicators which are hot on as a daily or as a scalper or trader, so you know what you are doing. Right, it shouldn't be like you just want to throw your money, okay, inside the market. Good, so now you are done with that. What do you do next? First of all, you are on a daily you are on the daily time frame or on 1 day time frame. Okay, so what do you do, or what is the first thing for you to check on this asset? Okay, first scroll to the down section. Okay, although you have switched on all indicators, scroll to the down section. Do this first thing. Okay, come and tap on this. All right, at the end point here where you see pivot point, tap on it. First of all, check the price of the asset. Okay, check the price of the asset. You can see the price of the asset is 0.002563. If you check in cedis, if you are in the country and the currency that you select will also give you in your currency, that is 0.02. It should tell you crypto is about token something. No, look at the price, very little. So in this aspect, if people should invest more money into this asset, the way is going to pump, okay, skyrocket. Okay, so now let's dive in. After checking the price of the asset, okay, which is ranging at 0.0022 or 2558. Now come and check on your pivot point. If you should come on pivot point, we have Fibonacci and Classic. Okay, take your time, you will really understand. Remember, trading is about practical. Trading is a practical thing on its own. So if you are just watching and thinking profit will come, my brother, my sisters, even if you are not having money, You can be doing practical on a paper or a paper practical level for you to get the in-depth knowledge. The more you do, the more you understand. Okay, so now this is how it goes. We have Fibonacci and we have classic. Now I'll not go into more deeper. Okay, so this is what you have to understand. Check where the price is ranging. Okay, check the current price. Where does it fall? Okay, now let me explain this. When you should come to the names here, one, let me start from the down. We have S3, S2, S1, P, and R1, R2, R3. What does it mean? Now, when you say S, so the S actually stands from the 1 to the 3, okay? When you hear anything S here, it stands for support. Okay, when you hear anything S here, it stands for support. When you hear anything P, it stands for the price of the asset or the main price of the asset. When you hear anything R in trading, it stands for what? Or when you come here and hear anything R here, it stands for resistance. Okay, so first of all, let me explain. The support is where the price is being supported to prevent what? People who are trying to what? Deep into the market, or what? People who are taking profits. So that is how it's done. Resistance is also, or is where buyers set into the market, alright? And resistance is also where people are taking profit from, meaning sellers are taking over the market. Resistance is where sellers are taking over the market. Support is where buyers are taking over the market. Just understand it in that way, okay? It will be very simple for you. You understand it? Resistance is where sellers take over the market. Support is where buyers take over the market. Take it in that way. Very simple to understand, okay? Now, the P stands for where the price of the asset is, okay? Or the main price of the asset. That is what you should understand. Now, where does the price fall? 0.002557. Let's see where it falls. Now, check from what? When you are checking, check from the Fibonacci, okay? If you don't find it on the Fibonacci, then you go to the classic. Good. So now, 0.02255. Where do we find it? 0.028. Okay, so it's more than that. So 0.002665. Okay, it's more than that. But if we should check here also, 0.0255 is more than also this. So the price, automatically the price falls within here interval, okay? Falls within its middle section here. Now, these are mistakes people really do. And as a daily, as a scalper or a daily trader, you should never do that mistake. Okay, so you get to understand whilst you are learning, you keep practicing as well. So now, market is a bit noisy, okay, but if you check these assets, okay, it's not performing well, all right? It's not performing well because market is very noisy. It can change its movement. So this is what you should understand. Never short an asset which is not performing well. And if market is also noisy, if the price falls within the support level, remember I told you something. Support is where buyers set into the market or where buyers take over the market or buyers take control over the market. So if you are shorting an asset where buyers set into the market, it can take you into floating loss. This is specifically for people who trade on the futures market, who short the market, okay? So they will understand. If you are the kind who is on the spot market, it's not for you, okay? Because if you are the kind of person who's on the spot market, here will be your opportunity, okay, to buy. So now, this is what you should understand. Now, the price falls within here, okay? The price falls within here. What do? Okay, you have get that in-depth knowledge that the price falls within, let's say, support 1 and P. That is the P, it's its main price. Okay, and market is a bit noisy. That is the first clue you have been able to get. So now let's go. After doing that, you see this candle that has started. Okay, it's now beginning. Now if you check this previous candle that started, it has already ended. It closed today. Okay, closed yesterday, and today a new candle has started. Okay, because market it's noisy. Okay, it's going to actually force this. Okay, and you should rather be looking for a buying opportunity on the asset, not a selling opportunity. Remember, the coin has not been performing and is in the level on unperforming. Okay, so if market is noisy, it can change its movement. So you going in to buy, look for a buying opportunity, not a selling opportunity on the asset. Okay, so you get where to know whether you look for a selling opportunity on an asset. I'll explain that. Okay, so now with this kind of asset, you are going to look for a buying opportunity. If you're also trading on the spot, this kind of asset is also an asset you can be able to buy from. Okay, so now let's go. What do you use? After doing that, get back to your tap on indicator. Okay, check something as a this it's just something you can do it quick within 5 minutes or within 1 minute, depending on how you want to read, because of the practical aspect. That is why you can see I'm taking my time to explain so that each and everyone can be able to understand. Okay, so now let's dive in. Okay, let's take it from there. So now what you should understand here is, first come here, tap on your 3 minutes. Okay, tap on your 3 minutes here. Let's go. Quick one, before we even go to our 3 minutes, I once earlier said that you should check, where is it, your 4-hour time frame, if it's also speaking the same language. Okay, to the 1 day. Okay, you can see here, let's see something here. First of all, let me do this. Now if we should check our moving average, okay, let me explain with the indicators also. Now with the indicators, if you should check MACD, okay, if you should check your MACD indicator, there was a golden cross that happened, okay, at this level. Okay, and the yellow line is on top of the candles. The same thing reply to the pink line. Okay, so this is telling you that before this day end, this coin will have momentum. But if you should come on 4 hours time frame, check something here. Your MACD is not saying the same language to the 4 hours time frame. Okay, on the 4 hours time frame, there's a depth cross that is going to happen. Okay, so it's like the language is different. Okay, so it's like they are not speaking the same language. Now get in-depth knowledge and what you should look for, although they are not speaking in the same language. Okay, now let's go in, let's dive in. So now tap on your 3 minutes time frame. Let's go in 3 minutes time frame. Okay, so good, let me do it this way. Okay, so good. Now on your 3 minutes time frame, this asset has made a depth cross. If you should check your MACD on your 3 minutes time frame, the asset has made a depth cross and it's actually depreciating in value and price. Okay, so now what do you look for again before you go into the asset? What do you look for? So what you are going to look for next is to tap on your 5 minutes time frame. Check if it's the same thing that happening there. Okay, so on your 5 minutes time frame, there is another depth cross, okay, which is, what is depth cross? I will explain it. Okay, so depth cross is when the yellow line crosses the pink line, okay, to the downside, from the top to the downside. Okay, so there is a depth cross that has happened to the down section, and the price of the asset is depreciating in price and value. So now the last thing to do is tap on your 15 minutes time frame, check something. Good. So now on our 15 minutes time frame, okay, on our 15 minutes time frame, if you should check on your MACD, okay, there is a depth cross that has also happened here. Okay, that has also happened here. Don't know if you people can see. Let me a bit enlarge it. Okay, so there is a depth cross that has happened here. You can see the yellow line crossing the pink line. That is how a depth cross happened. Good. Now all this is happening because the 1 day time frame and the 4 hours time frame are not speaking the same language. But remember earlier on I told you, because the asset price you check on your pivot point, the price fall within what? It falls within the S1 and P. You shouldn't be looking for what? A selling opportunity, but you rather look for a buying opportunity. Good. So now, if what you do, what do you do? Okay, so let's see. What do you have to do? Tap on your 3 minutes time frame again and do this. The last thing to check. Okay, so the last thing to check on your 3 minutes time frame. Now, this is what you are going to do on your 3 minutes time frame. If it is depreciating like that and the assets are not speaking the same language, it's either you stay back or you do this. Wait for the depth cross that is happening to make it move, okay? Because remember, you are taking something small from the market. Wait for it to move. Now, immediately it's able to move, okay? Okay, in this way, okay? Now you can see that the depth cross that has happened, the yellow line has been able to take it move to the down section. Okay, so now what you are going to wait for is to make sure that this yellow line is able to settle. Okay, it's able to settle down for it to make another golden cross for you to what? Enter. Or if your capital is huge, or if your capital is an amount which you can accumulate, okay, with that one you can go in and accumulate. Okay, with that one you can go in and accumulate. But if your capital is less, stay back or you go into a different asset. Okay, now I'm explaining that because most people actually get frustrated or just go into the market wrongly. Okay, so now this is what you should understand. Do the last thing here. Tap on your 5 minutes time frame. Let's see something here. Good. Each and every candles that you are going to see will end depending on the time. Okay, it will end depending on the time frame. So we are on 5 minutes time frame. So if after 5 minutes this candle is going to end, that is how it works. So now wait patiently and let what you being able to notify that there is a new golden cross that is about to happen. then immediately you can activate the trade and take your profit. You shouldn't trade against the trend. If you trade against the trend will humble you. Alright, so now let's dive into the new asset. Okay, so let's dive into the other aspect. Okay, so now when you get to this aspect, you also tap on. So we are taking the other step from the performing coin. Okay, so you also know what to do. So the same thing you are going to apply. Tap on your 1 day time frame. Check the movement of the asset. So now, if we should check this asset, is it now going up or it has already gone up and is trying to depreciate? So let's see. I said earlier on, always check this, the current price, first thing to do, and check your pivot point where the price is now as we are talking. So current price is 0.1866. So let's see that. So 0.18 that falls within here. Okay, so 0.1866 that falls within here. Okay, the middle section here. So let's say it falls within R what 2. Okay, so either R1 to R2. Okay, the R1 to R2. So 0.1862. Okay, so now this is what you should do. After you have been able to notice that the asset falls within what? Resistance level. Remember I told you that resistance is where what? Sellers take over the market. Okay, that is when a selling pressure can come into the market. But understand one thing, is market noisy? Okay, is noise in the market? Or if I say noise in the market, meaning is market bullish or bearish? Okay, is market bullish or bearish? So if market is bullish, what do? Look for a buying opportunity, or look for what? A long opportunity. Okay, because first of all, the asset is trying to continue its uptrend. What you should know. Okay, so now let's see something. Why do I say the asset is continuing its uptrend? If you should check your MACD on 1 time frame, there was a golden cross that happened here, and the yellow line is still what? Making its what? Line, or making its performance still what? Making it what? Its time on what? The purple line, not making a death cross yet. So you still look for what? A buying opportunity. I'll show you when to look for a selling opportunity when the coin is pumping too much. Okay, so now what do you have to do next? You tap on your 4 hours time frame, check if it is also the same thing. Okay, so let's see. So if you check your 4 hours time frame, it's also speaking the same language. Okay, so with this you look for what? Buying opportunity. So what do? You now go to your 3 minutes time frame to know where to enter from, and confirm with your 5 minutes. Okay, as a scalper trader or a daily trader. So now let's go. If you should come and check on your 3 minutes time frame, there is a death cross that happened. Okay, a death cross has happened here, where you see the yellow line crossing the pink line. Okay, now if we should use moving average, okay, let me use the MACD. Okay, I think I'll confuse that with the moving average. So you knowing that a death cross has happened here, okay, a death cross has happened here. Now this death cross that has happened here doesn't mean market is just coming down. Okay, it's trying to tell you that there is going to be another golden cross because of what? The momentum you already check on what? The 1 day time frame and the 4 hour time frame. Okay, so now let's continue. So now what you have to do is that the price or the candlestick are already rising, ranging at the top section, okay, ranging at the top section. So at this stage level, okay, if the momentum on the coin is still high, what you have to do is to wait, okay. You either wait or use a preset price. How do you do this? Now, the preset price you are going to use should be the price that falls within this blue line using your moving average, your MA. It's either you use your preset price, okay, here, or the price that you see here, okay. Why? The reason is because you have actually been able to spot the momentum of the coin first, where the price is, and you yourself as a scalper trader, you know you are not taking something big from the market. If you have to take something big, then you have to stay back from this asset at kind of what asset. But because you are taking something little from the asset, that is when you can be able to go in. So now let's dive in. Go to your 5 minutes and check something there, okay. So if you should tap on your 5 minutes, what is happening there? Okay, so on 5 minutes there is also what a depth cross that is happening there, okay. There is a depth cross that is happening there. This depth cross that is happening has happened on top of the candles, okay, on top of the candles. So this is what it a clue that is giving you an information that it's just what a little pull at something that happens here. There was a little pull and a golden cross happened on top again, because the momentum is very high for the asset to go up, okay. So that was what you check from your higher time frames. So now that you are done, this is what you should do. Now that you have been able to spot that, you now go to your final what, tap on your 15 minutes time frame and check something. Now if you check on your 15 minutes time frame, check your MACD, okay, check your MACD. On your MACD spot level, where is it? Okay, so on your MACD spot level, that is the yellow line is still what, reacting on what, the pink line, okay, it's still reacting on the pink line. But if you should check the yellow line, it's trying to cross over what, the pink line. This does not guarantee you to go and short if you are trading on the futures market. Why? It will swallow your money. Why do I say that? For you to short on the futures market or looking for a shorting opportunity, make sure if a depth cross happened, the yellow line should be able to come and touch your candles. That is when you look for opportunities like that on an asset that is pumping. That is what the basic level. That is only on your 15 minutes time frame. Then you are good to go to look for shorting opportunity. But if you don't see that kind of thing, my brother, my sisters, as a trader, don't worry yourself, okay. So now, good, as you have been able to spot that, now let's dive into the world of what, going into the market. So let's see something here. You can see at this section, if you want to accumulate, okay, you can either go into the market directly or use what I said as what the preset here, okay, because the price can come and test here and continue, or the price can what, just continue after it has been able to cross the pink line at the top here, okay. So that will be up to you. So now what you are going to do is that if you have been able to spot out where to enter, you tap on create. That is, if you are using the spot market, that one you activate your trade, okay. So you activating your trade will depend on your profit you are taking, remember you are a scalper trader, so you are not taking something big from the market. The profit estimate is 1% to 2% maximum. Okay, that is how you'll be able to be trading actively. Okay, so within that, before the end of the day, you are going to make a lot of profit, because if you are taking 1%, let's say 1.3%, okay, in each and every trade, and in within a day you are able to take like 20 trade. Okay, 1% plus 1.3% plus 20, okay, plus 20, which is going to give you what, 20%. Okay, it's going to give you 20% by the end of the day, meaning you are making a lot of percentage. That is how smart you can be. All right, so that is okay, that is the key point. So if you are trading on the spot, you have a buying opportunity. You can buy and accumulate whilst what the price keep depreciating in value. Okay, so if let's say you should enter the price at this section, okay, if you should enter the price at maybe the current price here, which is 1871. At first it was 1866. You see the price is appreciating, but the percentage is depreciating. So people think price go up with a percentage. No, a percentage changes while price increase or depreciate. Okay, so now let's go to our calculator and see something. The price is 0.1870. Okay, 1870. If you are taking 1.3 plus 1.3%, okay, meaning before you go out of this asset, the price will have to go to what, 18.94, 0.1894. Okay, so that will be, someone will ask me why is it that I'm not adding the 31. Now if you add a percentage price to know the percentage price, just know that the value of the answer should be the same as the value of the normal value of the asset. So if you should count 1 2 3 4 5, so you count 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so this 30 will be out, 31 will be out. So before you go out of this asset, the price will have to go to 1894. That will be what, 1.3% from the market. So within that, whilst you are waiting, if market is depreciating, you'll be accumulating. And within in less minutes, if there is what, a very momentum in the market, okay, so if there is a momentum in the market, it can take you out of the market. And if there is not, if there is no momentum in the market, it can also start what, buying your margin calls. And we have something we call liquidity sweep. It happens when sellers are setting into the market, okay, or when the hosts want to manipulate the market. So I'll explain that in my next video. Okay, so how does it happen? Okay, so there we go. So the reason why I said you can use the reason why I said you can use this as a preset, you see, there was a very sweep liquidity here. It's either priced, come and test on this to continue it uptrend, or if you should set your price on the down section of here, it will pick by now. And if you should measure the percentage drop of this candle, okay, how do you measure? You long tap on that candle, it was what, 2%. Okay, so if you should measure that, meaning it has now pick your trade from there. And if you are taking something like 1%, now if a coin is what, doing well in the market, if each and every candles that goes up, okay, has momentum percentage what, change. Okay, so if you should tap on the asset, the candle, you know the percentage change. Just these small candles on 3 minutes, see the percentage change. That is 0.65, and with your 1.5, you'll be out in less than a seconds. Okay, you'll be out in less than a minute, depending on the momentum of the asset. So have a very great trading, and have a nice trading as well. Thank you once again for taking the right decision to come into the trading space. This is where your success is. The way you treat or the way you trade will determine how you make your profit. The way you also treat the business, it's also going to pay you the same way. Thank you all for taking the right decision once again. Have a very great day and have a nice day. Have a perfect day in your trading as well. Bye bye. So before I even say my bye bye, there's one thing I didn't add. Okay, so with those people on the futures market, before you should short, but I'll add that. Okay, those people in the futures market, before you short, I thought I've earlier yes, I'll add that one to it. When you want to short a performing coin or a coin which is pumping too hard, I earlier say that your MACD line, which is what MACD line crossover on 15 minutes time frame, yeah, the yellow line should come and touch here. Yes, and you should also check this. That is the final decision to add on it, or the final checkup on it. You should also check the price is on either on classic, yeah, that if a coin, okay, so if market is bullish, okay, its market is very bullish, you should make sure the price is what's ranging above, or either above classic or not the classic price, that is on R3, or the price is what within, either above this price. Okay, if it's a coin is very in the bullish market, the coin is pumping, make sure it's above this. And even if it's above this and your 15 minutes time frame, the indicator MACD line has not touched here, don't venture. You rather look for a buying opportunity, follow the trend. Yeah, so but if let's say in a bearish market, okay, in a bearish market, that one, either the price falls here or it falls here within all the what resistance level, okay, from R1, R2, R3, either on classic or Fibonacci. On a bearish market, that one you can enter all of them. Okay, you can enter all of them, even if a death cross happened. But the death cross should happen, the MACD line should come and touch this, the candles. That is how you should be able to do that. Thank you all for having me once again. Thank you all for taking the right decision to start your trading journey. Your financial freedom is in trading. If only you are able to make the time to learn, you make more money. Have a very great day. So this video was long, but you just take your time and watch, you get the in-depth knowledge about it. Thank you all. Bye bye.